and Kyle, TELYKast. Welcome back to America's Dance 30.
Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm great. Congratulations on your third #1. You got me with Georgia Koo.
Thank you so much. It's crazy.
Yeah. Pretty surreal, honestly.
Yeah.
We're so happy about it.
That is so amazing, and I can't wait to hear about how this song was born, not only because Georgia's a part of it, but I saw you guys posting about it, and I had no idea that Cream was a part of it too?
Yeah.
Okay, well, don't say anything about that yet. Now, we got to know TELYKast last time we chatted with Finky's Firsts, and if you missed that, of course, you can check it out on America's Dance 30, the podcast. Just search America's Dance 30 wherever you get your podcasts. But let's get to know TELYKast a little better this time with Finky's favorites.
Perfect.
All right.
So I know you guys have a bunch of dates still coming up on your summer tour. Arizona, you're going to be doing Lollapalooza, Chicago, you're going to be doing E-Zoo, you got Vegas coming up. But do you guys have a favorite place that you guys have played?
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard because there's a lot, but
New York or Boston?
New York, Boston,
And LA is special just because we can bring out all of our friends. And it's just like a better vibe having that type of environment. But
Denver's actually great too. The crowds in Denver are like, they go ham for like any, like they're real like dance music like fans, which is great.
Now, this might be a stupid question, but when you guys bring your friends out to shows, do you kind of tailor it to them? Do you like acknowledge them in the crowd, or do you try to ignore them?
It depends like where they are. Sometimes like we'll be playing and we'll see like our homie like in the front row, or like it's just like kind of funny like when you see something like
I think
that,
they're the best because like they kind of can hype up the crowd too, and like it's like you have the advantage of them being your friend, so like they're gonna love no matter what, like you no matter what. So
and nobody else in the crowd knows, which is great.
Yeah. They're like, damn, these people really love it. They'll be wearing like our merch too or something. Like,
it's kind of like a secret TELYKast shopper.
Cheerleader,
Now, anytime I ask artists their favorite song, they kind of like chintz out on it by saying, well, I can't pick one of my favorites because it's like choosing a favorite child. I think that's an easy way out because I can choose my favorite child. Shout out to Aiden, who always checks out America's Dance 30. But do you guys have a least favorite TELYKast song that you guys have produced?
Oh, wow. Least favorite song?
Now, of course, there's no bad TELYKast songs, but
I think like everything that's older, obviously, like now you're like, wow, I'm so much better. And you listen back and you're like, damn, this was dog water or something, you know, like this was terrible. Some of them I remember like the day we put out, we'd call each other and be like, damn, this kind of sucks. Well, but then it would do really well or something, and we'd be like, all right, maybe it wasn't that bad, you know?
It's kind of weird because by the time it typically is out, we've heard it so much. It's like, you kind of just have to see what happens and what people think, because at the end of the day, it's up to everyone else. So
your brain's like, our brain's already sick of it because we've heard it 1,000 times.
Of course.
So, like, you have to try to remember that first time that you heard it, you know, and where you're like, oh yeah, this is great. Like, let's keep working on this, you know?
I got to admit, when I listen to old commercials of me or the like the first few times that I was on the air or the first time I produced America's Dance 30, I'm like, oh my God, I got to scrub the internet of this stuff. Speaking of dance music, what is your favorite dance song of all time?
Wow.
I know, that's a tough one.
Honestly, Cascade Eyes was like the song that like changed me, like that was like the moment because he opened with it when I saw him, and I was like, this is what I want to do. And like literally then that was like the next day I went and bought like a mixer and just like fully from there. So I would say that song is like the song that kind of changed me getting into dance music, like officially.
I think it was Avicii for me. Obviously all of his songs. I think like Hey Brother, like at that time where he had all those like radio hits, like that's when I was like, I remember watching his like production video at the time, like because he had like, and he was like using a synth called Nexus, and I was like, Mom, Dad, you gotta buy me this synth. It's like, So that was a huge inspiration for me.
I mean, those are both amazing choices. Eyes, I just heard today on the way to work, and it still stands up. So, oh, man. And then, of course, all of Avicii's stuff. But yeah, that stuff is just incredible. Now, what is your favorite thing to listen to outside of EDM?
I listen to a lot of hip hop, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I guess not like crazy hip hop, but like I mean, it sounds kind of like generic, but like Drake, Post Malone, like I like that stuff a lot. I like stuff with good melodies.
Honestly, just love pop music in general, all any type, but I don't know, just good songwriting, good production. I'm a sucker for, but I just love music.
I was so expecting to hear death metal.
If you talked to me like 10 years ago, I would be like, EDM sucks.
That's the clip I'm using, right? No.
I'm just gonna chop that.
That's gonna be the headline. TELYKast says EDM sucks. Now, finally, in Finky's favorites, in honor of You Got Me going #1, and it's a song all about having each other's back. What is your favorite thing about each other?
Wow. Me first. I mean, obviously, having each other's back, and just me and Kyle have been through so much like stuff together, like the ups and downs of everything, and like I feel like we have like our relationship is just like molded by so many things at this point that like we can kind of get through anything together, and we don't like get mad. Like obviously, there's times where we're kind of like like mad, pissy or whatever, but like we always kind of work it out, and like we just have an understanding almost.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And I think just. Yeah, we both work really hard, and like this is like all we want to do. So it's like having that to share with someone, and like celebrating those moments when things like this happen are just that much more special. And I feel like too, we're literally born one day apart. We're the same age. Like there's just so much stuff that we like have found, and like just I don't know, it's just crazy how we like came together and what we're doing now. So it's really cool.
It's crazy to think about because we don't really like think about that, but it's like daily. Like life, like we go through everything together, so like cool to think about.
Well, thank God you guys both like to work, because that would suck if one of you guys had to carry the other the entire time.
We're always going back and forth. Like first text in the morning is like, all right, what should we do for TikTok and this? What are we getting done today?
Well, let's talk about this #1 smash. How was this born with Georgia Koo?
Yeah, so the Cream and Element and stuff is crazy. They actually did the original demo with her and Alma, right? And
then, we got sent the song.
This was like
4 years ago.
Yeah,
stop.
Yeah.
So we've gone through so many different versions.
Then we produced it like it was actually very like pop sounding production like originally that we did, which is still really good, but no one will ever hear that. But but then like. Years kind of went by and we just never put out the song because like George's release schedule, our release schedule, like it just never made sense. The label like situation, blah blah. And then like fast forward, the song kind of was back on our radar, so we made this new version, which is like the latest version right now. Went a bit more like dance focused, not as like pop production. And then the label situation worked out. And
I feel like that version now is something that we're really striving for with like the last few releases, starting with Really Better Now, Unbreakable. That like new wave is kind of like making it to where it still sounds good on radio, but can also be played in a set,
played live.
It goes in both.
That's what we've realized a lot more, like playing live. The past like year and a half, like because we've been playing just way more shows,
seeing what really works,
works, and like that whole side of it. So
2 questions pop into my head with this whole conversation about this. One. If they did the original demo, do you have any idea why it wasn't a Cream song?
I don't know. I think like most likely because like they went in kind of a different direction, maybe of like the more deeper like sounding stuff, and maybe like that. I don't know. Maybe it went off their radar. Like that happens a lot. I mean, we have so much music that like will never see the light of day. Like,
and it's also just going back to like
songs,
people's schedules. Like, if it didn't align for them, or like just I think if I had to guess, it would be more of like. Due to their style that they're going in, because they used to do like the taped up heart, like very pop style, and then they found themselves
I think
with,
like
new sound. So I think for them it's probably stylistically wasn't the best, or like
exactly for what they're doing now or something.
And then what brought it back onto your guys' radar after it was sitting for so long?
it's funny. I feel like it happens with like a lot of songs. I want to say it was like your girlfriend. Like
it's always
someone will like bring it up and be like, "What happened to that song?" That like we're like, "Whoa, we forgot about that song." Like, let's see if it's still like, you know, like if it's still good, blah blah. And then like that's how some of these songs happen, because like we have so many. And like even another song that we're probably gonna release, I'm guessing in like a couple months or something. You never know how these things work, but it's back on our radar too. And it was like a song that we worked on like a year or two ago. But now it's like you listen to it again or something, you're like, wait, this is actually crazy. Like
we can give a little hint. It's a Sam Gray Unbreakable follow-up.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk V's of You Got Me. You know, I always love finding out how many different tweaked versions there are before it's finally finalized and put out. With this being such an old song and sitting there, do you know what the final V was on it?
I know like that one was like 4.0, and usually I go in like point increments. So that would be, but that was also like
just on the
that was like the 20th session probably. This one is like honestly probably worse than like any of the other ones. I forgot we actually got the original pop production mixed and mastered and everything.
Yeah, we
so
were
that
like
one was like totally, because normally we'll wait or we'll do it ourselves or whatever, but that one like we got it fully ready before like 2 years ago or whatever.
And then
like reproduced it. Yeah.
And we listened to it and we were like, oh, we can make it better.
Maybe we can,
Now, was that with Alma or was that with Georgia Koo?
That was with Georgia, yeah. Georgia's always been the singer of it, yeah.
If I remember correctly, and I don't remember if the file name was right, but every time I'm putting America's Dance 30 together, I think the file name might have said freaking final.
It does. I always think it's funny because like we like rename the Dropbox files or like the file, but it still has like what you're saying on there. And something like, oh geez, this is what was sent.
I know. Nick, our manager's always like, can you change the name of that? Because like the jargon on there or something, you know.
That is hilarious.
That's raw.
Now let's talk about another smash. You guys have more brand new music. Move It with Luciana. How was that song born?
That was crazy.
Yeah, honestly, I've been a fan of her since like I first got into dance music. I heard her song I Like That, I think is the title. It's like the old like super electro kind of crazy funky style, and like every time I hear her voice on a song, like I can tell it's her, and I feel like that's very hard to like find someone like that. And like we're kind of trying to do club records as well to supplement in between that we can play live in our sets. And like
we kind of do a pop release and then a club release. So
we literally just DM'd her and we're like, love your stuff, would love to do something. Sent her this and she loved it.
Sent her like 3 beats and then she just sent that vocal back pretty much.
Wow.
We were like, we were like, this is great, and like kind of just chopped it up and like arranged it.
But we're super happy with that. It's like super catchy, good DJ track, and like I think that's something that we've always done, like more commercially pop kind of like leaning records, and it's cool to like do the other side and try to have ones that DJs can play.
Yeah, we're really getting into that like side of it more, which I think is really cool.
I just love hearing when you guys slide into DMs as well, like us normies sliding into DMs.
Oh no, that's like always been, I feel like, our like most successful like tactic, honestly. Like it's like,
why doesn't it work for me?
It's just,
hey, you got to shoot your shot, man.
I'm going to excuse myself from this conversation. I'll let you guys chat amongst yourselves. Well, TELYKast, it is always awesome seeing you guys, especially when we're celebrating your third #1. Congratulations. Thank you so much for your time on America's Dance 30.
Thank you so much. Good to see you again.